Hi there, this is Donna Kozik, and I am the creator and leader of the original Write a Book in a Weekend program, along with our sister program, Done For You Publishing. You can pick up a free publishing checklist at doneforYouPublishing.com. And this is a short and powerful training I'm doing about 3 strange and unusual books anyone can write. My first book that I talked about is the trivia book, and putting together 5 to 7 categories of trivia topics that you like and sharing that in a book. So for instance, if I was doing one of these books, I talk about historical space exploration and baseball and travel, and of course, reading. Then the second strange and unusual book anybody can write is a question book where you list some questions for people to answer as conversation starters. You can also use them in your webinars, in your coaching programs. And people just love these kinds of books where they can think about themselves and talk about themselves. Today's strange and unusual book, I turn the tables. Today's strange and unusual book is 25 Things About Me. And let's face it, we love talking about ourselves too. And you can do this while setting yourself up as an expert with this strange and unusual book I call 25 Things About Me. And it can serve as a marketing tool for your business to boot. So just to get down to brass tacks and how to write this type of book, what you want to do is choose 25 writing prompts that you could write a bit about and share a side you'd like others to see. And I know it can be really overwhelming to think of 25 things that you want to share. So I would just start with 2 or 3 and really flesh them out, and then you can go on from there. You want to pick ones that resonate with your message and your coaching or consulting business, but also choose a few personal ones too. So again, we can get a well-rounded view of who you are as a person, because people hire people as coaches. They don't hire just for expertise. They don't hire just for information. They hire people for connection and inspiration and someone that they really want to hang out with. That's why we hire the coaches that we do. So you want to include some of everything in this type of book. For the answers to the writing prompts, you want to fully develop those answers. I'd aim for 300 to 600 words each. Include a little story if you can, an example from your own life, a little bit of inspiration. If you have a fact or something that you can throw in, you can do that there. And that will make the piece, again, well-rounded. So then the reader will be satisfied and finding out a little bit more about you. This is really important. In my Write a Book in a Weekend program and other programs, I talk about writing and drafting the introduction first. In this type of book, you actually want to do it last, because you don't know what you're going to be having or covering in this book. And so that's part of what the introduction does, is to draw the reader in and let them know what's coming up. So write that last this time. And in your introduction, tease 3 or 4 of your things that you talk about to, again, kind of intrigue the reader and pull them into the book. Also, remember to talk about how the answers relate to your message and or your business. And of course, the best way to use this book as a big business card and as a way to build your credibility and your authority is to actually publish it. So make sure you do that there in step number 4. I have here the 25, I actually have, I don't know, almost 50, I think, writing prompts for you. And if you're here with me live in my Zoom room, you can go pick these up in the Business Authors Association. And so then you can read them over yourself and pick ones that resonate with you to write this type of book. So it is a type of essay book that we're putting together here. And just so you know, I would recommend that you keep the essays about the same length. And that way, when they're formatted in the book itself, it just kind of makes sense, and there's a consistency and a type of flow to it. I highlighted some of the writing prompts here that I think are particularly good for coaches or consultants. So one of them is, can I describe a moment of failure that ultimately led to personal growth or success? I think when you write about this, then you're demonstrating to the reader, hey, listen, I've had my moments of failure as well, and I was able to overcome them, and I believe in the same for you. Another writing prompt: what's one dream I've achieved that once seemed impossible and what kept me going? As coaches, we are always looking to inspire our clients, and this is a prompt that can have you sharing a dream that you've achieved. So again, the reader can see it for themselves. What's a significant risk I took that either paid off or taught me a valuable lesson? Life is about risk. Those who put themselves out there really, can then reap the benefits and the achievements. And a lot of times it can be a risk for somebody to join a coaching program, whether it could be a financial risk, that they're like, wow, this is a huge investment to be doing this, but more than likely, even a type of emotional risk of signing up for something where they realize that there might be chances, or there might be a chance that times could become uncomfortable for them, that they might be exploring some areas that they in the past have just kind of kept in the dark. So talking about risks and encouraging people to take risks is a good thing to write about in your book. And then down here, there are several that I think relate to specific coaching programs and specific coaching type of subjects and topics that you might have. So how do I handle grief and loss, and what experiences have taught me about coping and healing? So if you're a life coach who works in this area, of course, that's a good question for you to answer. What is my relationship with money and financial security, and how has it impacted my life choices? Again, if you're a business coach or a money coach, a great question to answer. How do I maintain my mental and physical health, and what routines or practices are most important to me? If you're a wellness coach, that's a good question to answer. What's a critical decision I made that altered the course of my life, and do I have any regrets or affirmations about it? Just a really good general coaching question to explore. And then one about forgiveness. How do I approach forgiveness, both in forgiving others and seeking forgiveness for myself? A lot of life coaches work with the subject of forgiveness. And so that's another good one to explore as well. And then here's a perfect one for a coach to answer and even ask sometimes in your strategy sessions. How do I handle criticism and feedback, and how have they contributed to my personal or professional growth? So something good to explore for yourself, but also a good question, as I mentioned, to ask maybe in a strategy session, because if you run up against somebody and they are not open to feedback, I don't know about criticism, but they're not kind of open to feedback or being coached, probably wouldn't be a good candidate for you to be a client of yours. So, and also these are just great self-exploration questions. When you answer them, they will help position you as an expert and someone credible that somebody could want to work with. And then also the questions, the answers here provide email fodder for you, social media fodder as well. So there's a lot of different ways you could do videos with your answers. There's a lot of different ways to use these prompts and this information to position yourself as an expert. But most of all, you can put them in a book called 25 Things About Me. And it is the third strange and unusual book that anyone can write. For those who are here live with me in my Zoom room, I'm going to come in and answer questions for you. For everybody else, thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna Kozik. I'm the creator and leader of the original Write a Book in a Weekend program, along with our sister program, Done For You Publishing. And you can pick up a free publishing checklist at doneforYouPublishing.com. And I look forward to reading your book, 25 Things About Me, and seeing you on Amazon and in the bookstore.